Sisyphus, a figure from ancient Greek mythology, was known for his cunning and deceitful nature. He ruled over the ancient city of Ithria, now known as Corinth, and was notorious for his cunning tricks and relentless pursuit of personal gain. His actions often offended both mortals and gods alike. One of Sisyphus' most audacious deeds involves cheating death itself. He devised a cunning plan to capture Thanatos, the personification of death. Sisyphus' cunning trapped Thanatos in chains, effectively preventing anyone from dying. With death unable to claim the souls of the deceased, this act brought chaos and suffering to the mortal world, as people were unable to find the release of death. The gods were deeply displeased with Sisyphus for interfering with the natural order and causing so much turmoil. To punish him for his audacity and hubris, they devised a unique and fitting eternal torment. Sisyphus was condemned to the depths of the underworld where his punishment awaited him. In the underworld, Sisyphus was given a seemingly never-ending task. His punishment was to roll a massive boulder up a steep and unforgiving hill. The boulder was immense, and the hill was steep and treacherous. Sisyphus would strain and struggle, pushing the boulder with all his might, sweat pouring from his brow. However, as he would near the summit and the boulder was on the verge of reaching the top, it would cruelly slip from his grasp, defying his every effort. With a heartbreaking sense of inevitability, the boulder would roll back down to the bottom of the hill, mocking his labor. Sisyphus was then forced to start the task all over again, and this cycle would repeat for all eternity. Sisyphus's punishment was not only physically grueling, but also symbolically significant. It represented the futility of his actions and the never-ending nature of his suffering. He was forever condemned to perform a task that would never be completed, a task that seemed purposeless and devoid of any tangible achievement. Despite his seemingly hopeless predicament, some interpretations of the myth find a sense of resilience and defiance in Sisyphus. Even though his task was seemingly meaningless, he continued to push the boulder up the hill, embracing the challenge of existence itself. In this interpretation, Sisyphus becomes a symbol of the human condition, where individuals often face seemingly insurmountable challenges and must find meaning and purpose in their struggles, even in the face of apparent futility. The story of Sisyphus, with its themes of punishment, deceit, and existential contemplation, has continued to captivate the imaginations of philosophers, writers, and artists throughout history, making it a timeless and thought-provoking myth from Greek mythology. What we unpack from the story of Sisyphus is first of all that you cannot carry out your life defying natural order and still expect to go on without punishment, whether that be metaphorical or literal. Second of all, we find ourselves more inclined to align with the interpretation of the story that Sisyphus is a representation of the human condition. It is inevitable that there will be a time in your life where you will be able to relate to Sisyphus, in that you will face a seemingly insurmountable task. While it may seem pointless at the time, it is important that you keep moving forward and give yourself purpose.